Welcome back ringside. Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, and the always on camera Chris Mannix, who always needs more FaceTime. Let's talk about this main event. Erickson Lubin. You won't believe what his motivating factor is. The one thing that he had in his head the entire time he was training. It was Sergio Mora. Tell us that story you mentioned earlier.
I have a unique ability to either irritate or motivate fighters with my criticism, but look, I'm glad I motivated Erickson Lubin. He's going to need it tonight against a freight train and a bull like Vergil Ortiz. Both these guys are punchers. This is a big stage. I'm glad that man is motivated. He's going to need it tonight.
Yeah, you criticized Erickson Lubin on your podcast, and he said once he heard it, it made him train harder just to prove you wrong. Chris, he gets under your skin too.
I mean, all the time. But Erickson Lubin, he's got a tough test in front of him tonight in Vergil Ortiz, who is starting to peak at 154 pounds. He had the win last year against Sergey Bohachuk, and Ortiz told me that was a fight that was important to him because it made him remember that he could still be a great fighter. All the battles he had with Rabdo at 147, forcing him to move up in weight to 154. That Bohachuk fight, where he battled through adversity, that gave him a new sense of confidence, and we saw that confidence and that skill on display against Israil Madrimov. Israil Madrimov gave Terrence Crawford all he could offer when he fought him just about a year ago. Ortiz, he beat him more handily in that fight. So you've got Vergil Ortiz, who has never been a world champion, but right now is peaking in the 154-pound division.
I asked Vergil Ortiz, what kind of fight do you want? Do you want a 12-round boxing contest? He goes, man, I want a war. What kind of fight are we going to see, Sergio?
Listen, I think Lubin is a boxer-puncher. If he wants to win this fight, and this is going to be a great fight, I can tell you right now, he's going to have to do a little bit of both. Get respect early from the Bull and Ortiz, but also need to box on the outside. Use those southpaw advantages. It's going to be very difficult to do, but Erickson Lubin could do it.
All right, let's jump into our tail of the tape. Our main event is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas, USA, as Vergil Ortiz will have a ton of fans making a ton of noise as he looks to remain perfect. He's 23-0, facing Erickson Lubin, who I mentioned before has only 2 losses, coming to champions Fundora and Charlo. Can he pull off the upset tonight? Ortiz about a 7-1 favorite. Let's go into the ring and Thomas Triber.
Live worldwide on DAZN. Let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, the challenger, Erickson the Hammer Lubin.
This music doesn't really suit the attire, but MC Hammer does suit the nickname for the Hammer, Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, Erickson Lubin is a really quality fighter. Look, Vergil Ortiz is coming into this fight as the rising star, but Erickson Lubin once was that rising star, an 18-year-old phenom signed by Mike Tyson Promotions. USA Boxing was apoplectic that they lost this guy to the professional ranks. He's had some setbacks along the way. The first-round knockout to Jermell Charlo, the beating he took against Sebastian Fundora, but after every single one of his fights, Erickson Lubin has picked himself up and he has beaten top-level competition. 6 in a row after the loss to Charlo, 3 in a row now after the loss to Fundora. He still believes that there is a lot left in the gas tank, and he still believes tonight is the night he shows he's still in play at 154.
And now let's welcome to the ring the undefeated defending champion, Vergil Ortiz Jr.
This crowd has come to life. They are all in on Vergil Ortiz, and what's not to like? The man who started his career, Sergio, with 21 straight knockouts, back-to-back decision wins, but he's confident tonight he can get back on the KO train.
Yeah, but just look at the guys that he couldn't knock out. A physical fighter in Belichick, a brilliant boxer in Madrimov, but against Lubin, that's not going to be the issue. This is a man that's a puncher, that's a boxer. He's not going to be hard to find. These are two trains colliding. I can't wait.
You believe, watching at home, that Vergil Ortiz Jr. is going to do the job 79% to 21%. That feels about right. As for Lubin, though, he is a big believer that the two losses he suffered have him ready for this man right there. Vergil Ortiz Jr., who's not a world champion, hasn't been one, but you wouldn't know it by the way he fights and the support he gets.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the WBC Interim Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with Pro Box, along with their great sponsors, Bet Online. Odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online. Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. Corona Premier, the light cerveza of fight night. OnlyFans, where creators earn. And Riyadh Season. A big thanks to those great sponsors. It is sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Chairman Rick Figueroa, Executive Director Courtney Arbor, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Jimmy Salas. Our three judges assigned will be Nathan Cantu, Chris Migliori, and Jesse Reyes. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be James Green. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. So boxing fans joining us live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Fort Worth, Texas, the hour of truth has arrived. Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with green, red, and white, and weighed in officially at 154 pounds. Coming to us from Orlando, Florida, he brings a professional record of 27 wins, 2 defeats, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 5 by Ring Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC Silver Champion and the former World Title Challenger, Erickson the Hammer Lubin. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with white and weighed in officially at 153.8 pounds. Undefeated with 23 wins. 21 of his 23 wins come by way of knockout. Ranked number 1 by Ring Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC Interim Super Welterweight Champion of the World and the fighting pride of Grand Prairie, Texas, Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Okay, gentlemen, this is going to be good right here on this side. Right here on this side, this is going to be good for me. Okay, this is for the WBC Interim Championship of the World. You got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners.
And the build-up to this fight was almost as much discussion as Vergil facing Boots maybe next, rather than Vergil facing Lubin. Lubin said, listen, I am tired of the disrespect. I promise you tonight, I will win. I will humble him. This is my destiny. For Vergil Ortiz, he said, I can win any way I want. I've got all the cards. It's just which ones do I want to play? Here we go. Ortiz Jr., Lubin, live from Texas.
And for me, the key to this fight for Erickson Lubin is boxing and boxing behind that jab. 75-inch reach for Erickson Lubin. Threw nearly 400 jabs in the 12-round win over Jesus Ramos. He has got to keep Vergil Ortiz at the end of that jab, and he's got to stay off the ropes. When he gets on the ropes, he gets into a ton of trouble. That's where Ramos had the most success, and that's just where he's at. A huge disadvantage against someone like Vergil Ortiz.
Lubin's going to have to stay off the ropes, keep the fight in the middle of the ring, and even though he's known as a hammer, he's going to have to chip away at Vergil by boxing and using that southpaw stance, boxing clockwise and counterclockwise.
I know a lot of fans won't soon forget the nightmare that happened to Lubin back in 2017 when he got knocked out violently by Jermell Charlo in round 1. And we know Ortiz certainly has the power to do that.
He got knocked out in round 1 by an uppercut, and he got beat to the punch with an uppercut from Dora. So that might be the punch that Vergil knows can land on Lubin. The one thing, the deciding factor I want to see is how is Lubin going to respond when he gets clipped on the chin. That's the thing that everyone's watching for here.
You know, last couple of fights, Vergil Ortiz has faced two very different styles. Pressure, physicality from Sergey Bohachuk. He survived that, figured that out, and then the herky-jerky style of Israel Madrimov. So he's really growing as a boxer over this last year or so.
And those two fights prepared him for a little bit of what Lubin can do. Lubin can box. He's an expert boxer, and we know that he can punch. He's going to need both styles against Vergil Ortiz tonight. And I love the fact how he's already quieting down Vergil. Normally, by the first minute, Vergil unleashes on a power punches, showing off the strength. Lubin hasn't been giving him that.
We mentioned the strength, Sergio, and Vergil Ortiz looks like the bigger man in the ring, but this has been Erickson Lubin's weight class for the last 11 years. He has been fighting at 154.
The crowd hanging on every punch that's thrown in this one.
Vergil almost landed a big left hook while Lubin was pivoting to his right, which is the escape route of a southpaw. You can tell that was a game plan by Vergil Ortiz and his team. That left hook's going to be key here tonight.
Nice right to the body for Ortiz, who has Lubin backed in the corner again.
Lubin's going to have to duck down if he escapes to his right, because Ortiz is looking for that left hook.
We got rounds, Migo. We got rounds, so we don't need to try to rush it too fast. Take your time, nice and easy, all right? You're doing great. That was a beautiful round for you. Breathe. Deep breath. Yeah, he already felt it, but don't get too confident because he might sneak something in. That's what he's going to try to do. Sneak something in. Just be very smart. Keep jabbing, moving your head, up and down, body work. He already felt it. His right eye's already swollen. Don't get confident, all right? Stay smart. Stay smart.
There you hear Robert Garcia in the corner of Vergil Ortiz. Those two have been together for a long time. Vergil Sr. in the corner as well. Notable because Erickson Lubin going into this fight is on his third trainer in the last 3 fights. Kay Karoma working the corner this time. Mark Farit worked the corner the last time. And then Kevin Cunningham, who Erickson Lubin had a long relationship, worked the fight against Ramos.
Interesting, in speaking with both fighters yesterday, we asked them what their strategy is, and they both had the same strategy, saying that I'm going to see what my opponent does and adapt to what he's doing.
I love the instructions. Well, I always love the instructions of Robert Garcia in the corner, but they had to calm down the bull. They had to tell him, you got rounds to work here. You can't let Lubin catch you with those sneaky shots on the inside. Don't get over aggressive. You're gonna have time to land those big punches and start the onslaught. But take your time.
Nice right hand that affected Lubin, who seems to be content leaning against the ropes.
And there's that left hook that I was talking about. Vergil already landed it.
And the man who is dressed like a matador is getting the horns of the bull right now.
Lubin needs to get off the ropes. He can't be getting hit by a big puncher against the ropes this early. And that shell defense is going to work against Lubin. He needs to make Vergil Ortiz miss completely. You can't give him a target. If Ortiz is hitting something like the gloves or the shoulders, he's only going to see red and get more confidence.
Is he trying to rope-a-dope here, Sergio? What do you think he's thinking?
Oh, he's hurt.
He's out on his feet. They stopped the fight. Vergil Ortiz just like that.
That was a statement. We questioned Lubin's chin. We were right about it. Lubin is a shot fighter, and Vergil just took care of that.
Sensational from Ortiz, and Boots can do nothing but smile. Is he next?
What a statement. Vergil Ortiz didn't even make this a fight. What a beatdown.
After 2 straight decision wins, Ortiz Jr. erases Lubin in round 2.
Listen, man, as much of a warrior Erickson Lubin was, you only have a certain amount of wars in your career. Not to take anything away from Ortiz's performance and his power, but Lubin, he just couldn't take the punch. The punch resistance is gone.
Scary stuff. If you're in the corner of Erickson Lubin, I don't know if you saw it on your camera, but Robert Garcia, the trainer of Vergil Ortiz, rushed into the ring with a stool so that he wouldn't fall over. Wow. Ortiz barely broke a sweat.
Listen, that's the statement you wanted to send to that man that showed up in Boots Ennis. That's the fight we need to see next. Boots, Vergil Ortiz. What an explosive fight that will be.
Yeah, Boots beat his opponent, Usman Lima, in round 1. Ortiz beat his opponent in round 2.
As soon as Lubin had his back against the ropes, we knew something was wrong. Either he was trying to check and catch Vergil Ortiz off guard, but that's exactly what Vergil did. Caught him with a looping overhand shot right there. Over the guard. That rocked Lubin, kept him in the corner right there. That was a punch against the temple. Doubling the shots, 3 shots in a row, he was out on his feet. No head movement from Erickson Lubin.
And by the way, sensational job by the referee, James Green. I mean, look at this. He was about to get destroyed, and Green saved it.
He was out on his feet. The man has no more punch resistance, and when you're in there with a killer and a puncher like Vergil Ortiz, it's only a matter of time, man. He was out on his feet, out cold was Erickson Lubin. Wow.
24-0 with 22 knockouts. And Sergio, think about this. Ortiz is in his prime. Boots Ennis is in his prime. They're both undefeated, both KO artists. I mean, this is historical if this fight happens as far as potential.
And it goes to show you that belts won't even matter. That won't even be for a world championship, but it's a must-see fight against 2 big punchers and against a vulnerable puncher, a guy that gets hit like Boots Ennis and a guy that gets hit like Vergil.
Good to see Lubin up walking around. Seems to be okay. Thomas Triber makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 30 seconds of round number 2. Our referee in charge, James Green, steps in to stop the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and and still WBC Interim Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Ortiz said the only regrets he has in his career so far is that he wasn't able to stop his last two opponents. Well, there was no doubt about that one.
Nobody stops guys like Boachik, and no one stops guys like Madrimov. If you're going to stop someone like Erickson Lubin, you're going to be a special fighter. Charlo, world champion. Fundora, world champion. And that man right there, a future star and world champion in Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, November 22nd, Ring 4 live from Saudi Arabia. How about this card? David Benavidez defending his WBC light heavyweight title against Anthony Yarde. Plus, Devin Haney challenging Brian Norman Jr. for the WBO welterweight crown. Bam Rodriguez and Puma Martinez in a unification showdown. That fight will be fire November 22nd. Let's hear from Ortiz.
Well, Vergil, congratulations. You have had some big fights and some incredible knockouts in your career, but I don't think any bigger or any more incredible than what we saw tonight here in Texas. What did you think of that finish?
Before I answer your question, I just want to wish my brother a happy 25th birthday. Joe Ortiz right behind you. Let's go. Right here.
That's right, go. So evaluate that performance for me.
There wasn't much to evaluate. I just capitalized on his mistakes. Just took as much information as I could and used it.
After the first round, you came back to your corner, and Robert said, slow it down a little bit. You've got rounds to win this fight. What adjustments did you make in that second round?
The adjustments that I made was just be cautious. That's really it. Everything that I do, any slip that I do, make sure my hand is up, all that stuff.
What were you seeing from him in the first couple of rounds? You know he had that reach. You know he wanted to box. What were you doing to try to break that distance?
It's what I do best. Just box. I mean, that's it. I'm patient. People think I'm just a come forward fighter. Yeah, I'm a come forward fighter. I love to fight. That's why I'm in boxing. But to be a boxer, you have to be smart too. So I can be smart when I want to.
Take me through the finish. What were you looking for when you had him up against the ropes, and what did you land to knock him out?
I don't even know what did it, if I'm being honest. I was making sure I was studying the head, and he was already out before I knew it.
You know, you fought now 3 really top guys at 154 pounds. Do you feel like you're peaking as a fighter?
This is definitely my prime right now, and I'm only going to get better from here.
That's a man that has been in with some of the best fighters in this weight class. Has been knocked out before, but I'm not sure he's been dominated in the way you dominated in these 2 rounds tonight. Did you even expect you to put that kind of performance together?
I kind of felt it, but I had to believe in myself, and that's what I did. And you know what? There were so many people saying, oh, I'm going to get outclassed. Oh, he's going to knock me out and all that stuff. And look, he's a great fighter, but there's levels.
How much did that motivate you going through this fight?
It motivated me a lot. You know, we're ready for the best. We want to fight the best. Boots, come over here.
All right, so that you answered the question. Is this the fight that you want next? Vergil Ortiz against Jaron Boots Ennis.
I think this is the fight that has to happen, man. I think this is it.
It's the best fight in boxing. I think he did a great job. He looked good. But I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. And I'm going to show his team. They've been talking all crazy. They've been talking crazy. And I'm going to back it up, and I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. But like I said,
but no one's been talking crazy, bro. Your dad is the first one that said that I was ducking. It's on video. It is on video that he said we ducked and we didn't get no offer.
It don't matter. The time is now. It's that time. Let's get this money and let's make this fight happen.
It does matter because you said that we're the ones talking. We're not the ones talking. Oh, we started talking after you guys started talking. It's retaliation. It's retaliation.
Your manager's talking all crazy. Oscar's talking crazy. It's the time, and I'm gonna make you pay for everything they saying. Straight like that.
Ain't nobody's gonna pay over here.
I'm gonna make you pay.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I guarantee you. And we can bet whatever. I guarantee you.
I don't want to take your money away, bro. I'm not betting.
You ain't gonna take nothing.
Nah.
You ain't gonna take nothing. I guarantee you. We can bet any amount of money. when we fight, I guarantee you, I'm gonna win.
I don't bet, but don't make any promises you can't keep, bro.
I'm gonna make every promise, and I'm gonna keep it straight like that. You're a great fighter. You look tremendous, but I'm gonna show the world I'm the best in the world. I got something for you.
You got a yes for me?
I got a yes right now. Hey Eddie, where the papers at? Hey, where the papers at, Eddie?
All right, two of the biggest stars in U.S. boxing, two of the best at 154 pounds, ready to go next year.
It's that time.
It is. It's big.
That time.
It's big.
Yep, it's the perfect time, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's the perfect time.
I'm ready.
We're going to get everybody what they're looking for, too.
Oh, yeah,
Straight like that.
Yep.
Let's get that money.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Sergio, a true super fight for our ages, right? I mean, this has the potential to be our version of Hagler-Hearns.
This has the potential to go down as one of the greatest fights that's not for a world championship between two world champion caliber fighters. Incredible. I mean, they come from two different sides of the country, two different fan bases, two different styles. We got a mauler and a guy that breaks you down with power in Vergil, and a brilliant boxer puncher in Boots. I can't wait.
All right, let's go back into Chris Mannix.
Oscar, you have promoted that man from the beginning. You've seen some great performances. What did you think of this one?
It was another phenomenal performance by Vergil Ortiz. And I'm actually surprised that Eddie Hearn and Boots Ennis is here. I'm very surprised after watching Vergil Ortiz knock out Lubin. I mean, it's going to be very difficult making this fight, but Vergil Ortiz wants it, so let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah,
we hold the cards, baby.
I was going to say, hey, sometimes you have to ask the promoter, what do you want to do with this guy's next? It sounds like those two just made the decision for you.
The great thing about Vergil Ortiz is that he fights with heart, with passion, and he fights the very best. I promote like I fought, and I want Vergil to fight the very best. So it makes sense for Vergil and Boots. But again, Vergil holds the cards.
All right, we got our first super fight ready to go in 2026. Guys.
Let's go.
Losing his last fight the way he did to Terrence Crawford, obviously he's on the backside of his career. There's been questions, who's going to be the Mexican boxer, the Mexican-American boxer that gets these guys riled up? Is Vergil Ortiz ready to take that mantle in your position?
Vergil or Bam, either one of those fighters is the future of Mexican and Mexican-American boxing, and of course both of them are trained by a Mexican-American in Robert Garcia. That right there is the future of boxing.
And it takes place, or hopefully takes place, first quarter of next year. This fight has to get, when you got two fighters that are in the ring saying they want it, and Virgil's the kind of guy, if he says something, he's going to do it. He's as honest as they get. He will make sure that fight happens. As Chris Mannix joins us ringside. Chris, percentage-wise, how likely is that fight to be next for those two fighters?
100%. I would say March, April 2026. I'm going to guess Las Vegas. Biggest fight you can make in the 154-pound division. And I would say one of the top 3 fights you can make in U.S. boxing.
I agree. I mean, styles make fights, but also personalities make fights. Fan bases make fights. Demographics make fights. Those are the things that really bring out every boxing fan. And these are the type of fights that brings boxing back to the spotlight. And it belongs in Las Vegas.
Let's jump into our highlights, and it didn't last long. Beginning of round 2, it was over.
Listen, man, I had high expectations for Erickson Lubin. I thought he was going to get out of these early rounds boxing. He had to get respect with power as well, but I expected that later in the fight. But I also expected Ortiz to turn it on and do just that. Stop a man that's been stopped before and just doesn't have the same punch resistance and the same chin that he used to have.
And the one thing we said right at the onset of the fight, Erickson Lubin has to stay off the ropes. It didn't cost him in the fight against Jesus Ramos. It did cost him in this fight against Vergil Ortiz.
Well, let's look at our CompuBox numbers. As you hear the crowd, they just love this guy. What's not to love? Everyone who comes to a fight hopes to see a knockout, hopes to see a war, a battle, and Ortiz just doesn't ever let you down.
Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions has done an incredible job, not only with the matchmaking, but promoting and putting them in with the right fights at the right time. Vergil Ortiz is the next star in boxing.
3 landed punches for Erickson Lubin. 25 for Ortiz Jr. out of 41. It's a 61% clip. Complete and total domination.